Hello students, so up till now we have discussed about superposition principle, right? Also in the previous video we have solved one question based on superposition principle. So let us continue these sums, right? How to use superposition principle in different condition, in different types of sums. See, let us say there is an equilateral triangle, a charge q, another charge q, and minus q, right? It's an equilateral triangle. Let us say that length of each side of a triangle is L. Okay, now you have been said to calculate force on each and every charge. Let us say this as first charge, second and third, right? So there are three charges, Q, Q and minus Q. Of course the magnitudes are same, only this one is negative charge. Okay, you have to find the force on each charge. It's an equilateral triangle, so every angle will be 60, 60, 60. So in this case we will use superposition principle. You have been said to find force, find the net force on each charge, right? That means you have to find the force on first charge, second and third. So force on first charge will be the sum of the forces because of second and third charge. Clear? Force on first charge because of second, because of third, right? So that will be calculated with the help of superposition principle, right? Force on 1 because of 2, 2 will repel 1, this will be the force, right? Force on 1 because of 2, right? Force on 1 because of 3, that's a negative charge, so it will attract this charge. So force on charge 1 because of 3. Clear? Okay. Of course, see, the magnitude wise force on 1 because of 2 and force on 1 because of 3 will be same magnitude wise. Force on 1 because of 2 will be KQ1 Q2, so that will be KQ square upon R square, right? Force on 1 because of 3 magnitude wise KQQ, because we are taking the magnitudes, so that will be KQ square by L square. Let this force be F, and what is the angle between these two force? This will be 180, this is 60, so this will be 120. Clear? So the resultant will be this way, parallelogram, right? So resultant force magnitude wise will be root of F12 the whole square plus F13 the whole square plus 2 F12 F13 cos 120. I have used the formula root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, right? Okay, magnitude wise the forces are F, so it will be F square plus 2F square. What is cos 120? Minus 1 by 2. This 2 and 2 gets cancelled, so this will be under root of F square plus F square minus F square. So your answer is F, right? So the net force on charge 1 because of second and third will be equals to KQ square by L square. Clear? Okay, now we are being said to calculate the force on each and every charge. This was the force on first charge, similarly on second and third. Okay, fine. So now if we are calculating force on second charge, the same procedure is to be followed, because force on 2 because of 1 will be in this direction, both are positive charge, so they will repel each other. So this will be force on 2 because of 1 and force on 2 because of 3. So 3 is negatively charged, so it will attract this. So this will be force on 2 because of 3. So we will solve this as we have solved force on first charge in the same manner. The result will also be the same. Magnitude wise both the forces are equal. This is 60, so this will be 120. So the same thing is to be followed, right? So again the net force on charge placed at 2 will be the same. Clear? Fine. Now how to calculate the force acting on charge which is placed at 3? Okay, so force on 3 because of 1, so 1 will be attracting 3 because 1 is positively charged, 3 is negatively charged. So the force will be in this direction. Force on 3 because of 1. Similarly, charge placed at 2 is also positive, so it will also attract the charge placed at 3. So this will be force on 3 because of 2. Clear? And what is the angle between this? 60 degree. Angle between this is 60. So this is F31, this is F32, this angle is 60. So resultant will be this way. Clear? Clear? So the resultant force on 3 will be F31 the whole square, F32 the whole square, 2 F31 F32, but here the angle is 60 degree, right? Magnitude wise what is F31? KQ square by L square. So same is F32. So net force on 3 will be root of, this can be written as F, right? So it will be F square plus 2F square. What is cos 60? 1 by 2. So it will be root of F square plus F square plus F square. So that is root 3F. So that is root 3 into KQ square by L square. This is how we will use superposition principle to calculate the force on each and every charge. Clear? Okay, we will see one more sum based on superposition principle. Say one more question which is based on superposition principle. There is a square of side of length L, right? On the opposite corners capital Q charges are being placed and on the other opposite corners small q charges are placed, right? The question says if net force on charge Q is 0, find the ratio of Q by Q. This is the question. Net force on capital Q, that means you can take this charge or this charge, either of that. Let us say, suppose the charge, will take this charge, suppose net force on this Q is 0. We'll number the charges 1, 2, 3 and 4. So as per the question, net force, the resultant force on charge placed at 3 is 0, then you have to find the ratio of Q by Q. Okay, so force on 3 will be because of 1, because of 2 and because of 4. That means this will be equals to force on 3 because of 1, force on 3 because of 2 and force on 3 because of 4. This is equals to 0. This is equals to 0. Okay, fine. Force on 3 because of 1 will be in this direction, right? Force on 3 because of 2 will be in this direction and force on 3 because of 4 will be in this direction. They cannot be added up directly because the direction of forces are different. First we'll find, let us say force on 3 because of 2 will be KQ by L square. Force on 3 because of 2, KQ into by R square. I am using Coulomb's law. Force on 3 because of 4 will be KQ by L square, and it will be in this direction, right? So this force on 3 because of 2 is in this direction, this force is in this direction, right? Magnitude wise both are F. This will be the resultant force, right? So the resultant force will be because of this and this will be under root of, again we'll use the same formula, magnitude wise they are equal, so I can write it as F, so it will be F square plus 2F square. What is the angle between these two forces? 90, cos 90. So this term will be 0, this will be root 2F, right? Okay, now root 2F, so that is root 2 into F is KQ upon L square, okay, and this force will be in this direction, okay. That means the resultant of this force is in this direction. Also force on 3 because of 1 will be in the same direction, right? So the resultant of these two forces and the force on 3 because of 1 both are in same direction. So when two vector quantities are in the same direction, it can be added up directly. So now I will add this resultant force with the force of first charge on third charge. They both can be added up directly because both of them are in same direction. Fine, clear? Okay. So then what is the force on 3 because of 1? Force on 3 because of 1 will be KQ square upon. Now the distance between these two charges will be, this is L, this is L. So as per Pythagoras theorem, this will be root 2L. Clear? So this is the force which is acting on third charge because of first charge, and it is in the same direction as the direction of resultant force because of second and fourth. So this will be root 2L the whole square. So that is KQ square by 2L square. So now I will add this force and this force. That will be the net force on the charge placed at 3. So force on charge placed at 3 will be root 2 KQ by L square plus KQ square upon 2L square. Right? Now the net force on charge 3 is 0. You have to find the ratio of Q by Q. So I will substitute F3 is 0 and I will find the ratio Q by Q. So this will be 0 root 2 KQ by L square plus KQ square by 2L square. Take this term over that side. So it will be minus 2 root 2 KQ by L square equals to KQ square upon 2L square. L square gets cancelled, K gets cancelled, 1Q gets cancelled. So Q by Q, this 2 will go over there. So Q by Q will be equals to minus 2 root 2 is to 1. Clear? So this is how we will be solving the sums based on superposition principle, right? So now in the next video, we will discuss about electric field, very important topic.